And I thought it was such a beautiful performance because introducing the erhu into the solo, it was such a breath of dynamic musical elements. Like it was something so incredibly enchanting that took the experience from, wow, this guy is incredibly talented, to, oh my God, what am I experiencing?
Yeah. It really helped with the world building. I think this was the whole purpose of music. Like humanity, the reason why we came up with this was for that. There's just things that
cannot be expressed in other ways.
Yeah, just only through music, through melody, through sound, in this sense. And because it's like an agglomeration of many things, right? It's like an agglomeration of poetry. It's like an agglomeration of like imaginative power, right? Things that ignite imagination for individuals. The sounds of nature, the sounds of the world, the sounds of what we presume that's what emotions, that's like our best interpretation of emotions, because emotions are really weird to explain or put into words, but we can damn sure experience them very vividly through music.
And you know, in theater we have a saying that it goes, obviously the role or the actor breaks into song because the emotion is so big that it cannot be expressed in any other way. But I would go a little bit further and say that sometimes the emotion is so subtle that you have no other ways to express it than through music. And this particular performance was exactly that.
Best way I'll describe this is like
subtlety.
If you want to see what the purpose of music was, this is it. You know, don't get lost in borders, creeds, beliefs, what makes us different, what makes us alike. No, mate. Just listen to this. You know, as a matter of fact, you know, we review a ton of concerts, and we're reviewing a bunch of concerts, so we'll do the same with the Chinese music industry. And people think we like you know, the big shebangs, the big productions, the huge bands, and all stuff. But as a matter of fact, like our personal favorites, they're not the most popular, and you know, hence why we don't talk about them as much. And we understand, you know, this is also like media, so you have to talk about what things are popular, but our personal sort of preferences are environments like those.
Yes.
You know, maybe 50 people, maybe at max 100, and you're just sort of sitting there and you have this joint sort of bizarre meditative experience on music, and you're really able to take it all in. There isn't that much shebang, so you can really focus. It's an experience for purists essentially, hence why the market's a bit smaller in there. However, if you then do put it into mainstream media, you connect it with something else that then becomes more readily available for people, more easily digestible per se, like a movie, like a series, and you make it a track, it becomes more accessible for people, and then more people get exposed to that, and then more people then become a bit more purist, and more people get to enjoy that type of acoustic unplugged environment. A Chinese Odyssey is based on the Journey to the West. That's why
right, okay.
Perhaps that's why you have a connection.
There is some type of like tickling in the back of my brain.
We have previously reviewed the TV series based on the same story. The same story. It is about love that has been fruitless for 500 years. In Su Wukong's 3 lives, love is not allowed due to push of fate and misplaced time. This movie was a box office flop when it first released. However, the movie was later widely circulated among college students in mainland China, and gradually it became a classic.
My goodness.
I guess through just organic means. Let's have a look at the movie plot mashup.
我开始明白你说的话。以前我看事物是用肉眼去看，但是在我死去的那一刹那，我开始用心眼去看这个世界。所有的事物真的可以看得前所未有的那么清楚。
Was it him who kicked their ass?
在我的心里面留下了一滴眼泪。
Wow, my goodness.
She's a gorgeous ass woman.
尘世间的事，你不再留恋了吗？
没关系啦，生亦何哀，死亦何苦。
我要再提醒你一次，金箍戴上之后，
Is this the same guy from
人世间的情欲
the drunk master of the Legend of Sword and Fairy?
Is it? I think it's from the same The Legend of Sword and Fairy, but I'm not.
Chinese Paladin.
Chinese
在
Paladin.
戴上这个金箍之前，你还有什么话想说？
曾经有一份真诚的爱情摆在我的面前，但是我没有珍惜。等到了失去的时候，才后悔莫及。尘世间最痛苦的事莫过于此。如果上天可以给我一个机会再来一次的话，我会跟那个女孩子说
Ah, nice.
如果非要把这份爱加上一个期限，我希望是 以外。
She won't shit.
She won't shit.
Shit sounds sick.
It does. What?
The Monkey King.
混球！
Yeah, I feel like I have seen some of this.
Yeah, we have.
你不是
Not of this specific series, but it's the same story.
不要再
Yeah.
发疯了！我刚才跟你说的话，你明不明白？
你又明不明白？我已经不再是神仙了。我只明白一件事，爱
Love.
一个人是那么痛苦。
In Spain.
不要跟我说这种废话！说过了，你认错人了。
那这块金莲是在哪里买的？小心！
Oh.
志祥，我操！
Oh no. She did mean literal pain.
She's dead. What the fuck?
小心，师傅！
That's so cool though. Run in the air.
Yeah, I wonder how it would look. These physical effects now with even better.
I know.
呀
Chicha.
我的意中人是个盖世英雄。
So he kept coming back as different.
有一天，他会踩着七色的云彩来娶我，我猜中了前途，可是我猜不着这结局。
Ah. Damn, she has tiny ass hands.
He's crushing his head.
God.
看来我不应该
No
来，
years have passed.
现在才知道太晚了，
留下点回忆行不行？
我不要回忆，要的话留下你的人。
Oh damn.
这样只是得到我的肉体，并不能得到我的灵魂。我已经有爱人了，
Oh.
我们不会有结果。你让我走吧。
好，我让你走，不过临走前你要亲我一下。
Have a kiss, yes, have a kiss.
Kiss.
我再怎么说也是个西洋武士，你叫我亲我就亲，那我的形象不是全毁了？
你说谎，你不敢亲我，因为你还喜欢我。我告诉你，如果这次你拒绝我的话，你会后悔一辈子的。
后悔我也不会亲的。